Okay, so another one of the questions we get from customers about the drive motors is they'll see some oil leaking out of the drive motor and will call and ask, can I just buy a seal kit to repair the problem or not?
Usually not. Sometimes seals just get old, but usually seals don't start to leak unless there's too much pressure on them. Uh, there's a couple different seals on these motors that might leak. One is the shaft seal. If your shaft seal begins to leak, it's usually because the bearings are loose, and changing the seals isn't going to help. It's going to last 30 minutes. The loose bearings are going to knock out the new seal. If you got seals leaking somewhere along here, a little better chance that a seal kit could fix it, but usually there's some type of internal damage in it. And that's, I know we're showing this as a Charlene 4000 series motor, but that applies to almost every motor I can think of. Uh, this is another 4000 series Charlene. This is a bearingless design. It bolts up to a bearing carrier. It's different. It does not have the output shaft on it. And when either of these, if the shaft seals are leaking, it's leaking oil not externally, but internally into the chain case from the hydraulic system through the drive motor into the chain case and sometimes out the axle seals. Or sometimes they're just dumping oil in your machine. You don't know where it goes. If you were to check, you might find that your chain case is way over full. When that happens, the seal on the bearing carrier, because the bearing isn't part here. Sometimes the seal on the bearing carrier goes out. Again, it's usually 90% of the time caused by a motor failure. A lot of people will replace the motor because it's leaking oil into the chain case, so we replace it. Good move. That's probably what caused it, but you also, when you replace a bearingless motor, need to replace the oil seal in the motor carrier because that's the seal that's actually leaking. It's probably caused by too much pressure because of internal leakage in the motor, but just changing the motor isn't going to fix the leak. You need to replace the seal and possibly the motor as well.